Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Chanel, your favorite online yoga teacher. And have you ever had one of those days where you just woke up and you're just feeling stiff and sore and tight? Well, I got a quick 10-minute flow to help you get all those little kinks out and get you ready for an amazing day. So when you're ready, come and join me on the mat. We're gonna begin in a nice, easy seated position, crossing at the ankles or the shins. If you like to, you can always grab a pillow, a blanket, or bolster, and just prop that underneath the hips to make the hips feel a little bit more elevated. Sitting up nice and tall. Closing the eyes if you feel safe to do so, or maybe just softening the gaze. Bringing the hands to rest on the knees or maybe in the lap. And just taking a quick moment just to tune in to the body, letting go of everything that's going on outside the mat. Taking this time for yourself, for your practice. Taking a moment to just kind of notice how the body is feeling today, any areas that feel a little tight and sticky, but also noticing the areas that feel really open and expansive. And since this is the beginning of the day, maybe taking a moment to set an intention for your practice, an intention for your day. What brought you to the class today? How would you like to feel when you're done? How would you like to show up for the world? Whatever that is, set that intention here and take it with you throughout the class and throughout your day. Taking a nice full inhale, filling up the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Exhale, sigh out the mouth, let it all go. Slowly blinking the eyes open if you have them closed. And we're just going to begin with just some very easy movement. We're going to bring the left ear over towards the left shoulder. You can play around with tilting the chin up and down. You might find a little sweet spot where you want to spin an extra breath. Maybe walking the right fingertips out to the side. Feeling the stretch go from behind the ear, down the neck, maybe even into the shoulder and the bicep. Gently bring the chin back down to the chest. Roll right over to the other side. Right ear comes to the right shoulder. Same options. Play around. Find your sweet spot. Or maybe just move and just explore. Maybe you take the left fingertips out to the side if that felt good on the other side. Gently coming back down to center. Slowly come back up. And we're just going to wake up the spine. It's so important first thing in the morning to get the spine moving and lubricated. So we're going to bring the right ribs out to the side. Then bring the chest forward, arch the back. Exhale, the left ribs come out to the side and then round the spine in. And take those circles and make them as big or as small as you like. You can make them fast or slow and just notice how the body feels. Notice how the spine feels. Notice any information coming up. And next time you come back to center, just reverse and go in the opposite direction. And notice if there's any new sensations coming up. Trying to keep the hips nice and stable. So don't let them just kind of fly all over the place, but try to keep them nice and stable. They may move a little bit and that's okay. And then gently make your way back to center. And we're going to come to a tabletop position. So come onto your hands and knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can always pad the knees with a blanket or pillow. Spread the fingers nice and wide. The shoulders stack above the wrists. The hips above the knees. On the inhale, lower the belly, lifting up the heart and the gaze for cow pose. Exhale, press the floor away, really rounding the spine, letting all the air out the navel for cat. Inhale, come back up through cow. Exhale it out, cat. Take a few rounds at your own pace, linking the breath to the movement. You're also always welcome to do any little side barrel rolls. You can get the neck, the shoulders involved, any little movement that you might need. Working into any little kinks in the body. Working out any of the little sticky ways you might have slept last night. After your next full round of breath, come back to a nice neutral spine. Walk the hands slightly in front of the shoulders. Tucking the toes, pressing to the hands, lift the hips up and back, coming into our first downward facing dog of the day. So your dog may be a little angry this morning. Walk the dog, bend one knee, straighten the other. Maybe sway the hips a little side to side. Any little movement you might need. Saying good morning to the hamstrings, the calf muscles, the backs of the ankles. And then when you're ready, finding a little stillness into your pose. Let the ears rest in between the biceps. Press into the hands, especially the index and thumb knuckles. Relax the neck down. Heels melt down towards the ground. They don't have to touch. You can keep a little bend in the knees or take the feet a little wider than hips distance apart. Yogi's choice. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale it out. Bend the knees, gaze forward, and just gently walk yourself to the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Let the upper body be heavy. Let the skull reach down. Interlace the hands behind the back, right on the tailbone. And the hands can stay right here. Or maybe you begin to lift the knuckles off of the tailbone, getting a little bit more into the shoulders. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into the chest. Gently release the hands down towards the mat. Bend the knees nice and deep so the belly falls onto the thighs. And slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time. Slowly roll yourself all the way up to the top. Meet at the top of the mat, feet about hips distance apart. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Gaze at the thumbs, navel and the spine. Exhale, bend at the knees, swan dive it all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Lift the heart up halfway. And then exhale, melt yourself all the way in. Hands come down to the mat. Step back with the right foot and lower the right knee down to the ground. You can pad the knee if you need to. Your left knee is going to be above the ankle. Take a nice full inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. Feel a nice stretch in the front of that right hip flexor. Inhale, we're going to shift the hips back, coming into a little half split. So we're straightening this left leg, but it doesn't have to come all the way straight. Keep a little bend in the knee. And then exhale, come back forward, low lunge. Just exploring here. Inhale, shift the hips back, half split. Exhale, come back forward, low lunge. One more time, just like that. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, come back forward. Hands come down to the ground. Tuck your right toes. Lift the right knee off the mat. Step back into your plank, which is an upward push-up position or modified plank. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes, tops of the feet on the floor. Hug the elbows in towards each other. Gently press into the hands and lift the heart up, cobra. The shoulders roll down the back. Exhale, press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Take 2 full breaths here. Inhale, lift up on the ball of the feet, looking towards the hands, and just walk or step to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to the top. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Second side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, gaze forward, lift up. Exhale, melt yourself in. Hands come down, step back with the left foot. Lower the left knee down to the mat, low lunge. Take a moment here just to kind of settle in and see what's going on with the hips. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, shift the hips back, half split. Exhale, come back forward, low lunge. Inhale, shift back. Exhale, come back forward. Last one, inhale, shift the hips back. Exhale, come back forward, low lunge. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee off of the mat. Step back into your plank or modified plank. Keep the arms close to the body. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart up, cobra. Exhale, press yourself up and back. downward facing dog. Take a nice clearing breath here. Exhale, slide out the mouth, let it go. Gently lower down to the knees. Sit back towards the heels, cross the ankles. Sit on your bottom and shoot the legs out nice and long in front of you. Now, if you come to a seated position, you find yourself rounding at the back, sit up on a pillow or blanket or something to kind of elevate the hips. Flex the feet so the toes point up towards the ceiling. Keep a little micro bend the knees, nice long spine. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge of the hips, fold forward. Let the hands fall wherever they fall. No goals, no expectation. Like I like to say, the gates of heaven do not open up once you touch your toes. But we're not in PE, so we're not trying to get our nose to our knee. I want you to think about length. So imagine that the crown of the head can go past the toes. Gently roll yourself up nice and slow, nice and slow. Come back to a nice, easy seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the heart, placing a smile on your face for this amazing, amazing day. Thank you for joining me for practice today. I will see you guys in the next video.